How does primary jurisdiction lead to motions to remand for unmarried children? Imagine you are trying to get your child a visa to live in the United States, but the process gets stuck in a confusing web of legal steps. That's where understanding how courts and agencies work together becomes very important. When it comes to family-based immigration for unmarried sons and daughters of U.S. citizens, knowing who has the authority to decide first can make a big difference. Primary jurisdiction is about which agency or court has the initial authority to make a decision. Usually, for family-based immigration cases, the main agency involved is the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. They handle the initial petition, which is called Form I-130, to prove the relationship between the U.S. citizen parent and the child. They also decide if the child qualifies for a visa and if the visa is available. If the case moves to immigration court because the person is in removal proceedings, the court might not be able to decide certain issues right away. This is because the court recognizes that the agency has the first say in approving or denying the petition. When the court finds out that the agency needs to review or decide on the petition first, it can issue a motion to remand. A motion to remand is a request to send the case back to the agency with primary jurisdiction. This means the court is saying, you need to decide this first before we can move forward. For unmarried children of U.S. citizens, this often happens when the court sees that the case involves issues like visa availability or petition approval, which only USCIS or the consulate can handle. Once the agency makes a decision, the court can then continue with the case, whether it is for adjustment of status or removal. This process helps make sure that the right authority reviews each part of the case. For Latino families, understanding this process is key because it can affect how long it takes to get a decision and what steps to take next. If a petition is denied or not yet decided by USCIS, the immigration court might not have the power to move forward with certain decisions. So, families should make sure their petitions are complete and correct from the start. If the court says it cannot decide because the agency has not yet acted, a motion to remand can be filed to ask the agency to review the case again. In simple terms, primary jurisdiction means that the agency responsible for initial decisions has the first say. Motions to remand happen when the court recognizes that the agency needs to act before the court can proceed. This process helps keep the right authority in charge and ensures that each step is handled by the right part of the system. For families navigating these rules, knowing when and how to ask for a remand can help avoid delays and keep the case moving forward smoothly.